Bradley Thayer, while we're giving money to Ukraine, we're not focused on the great threat. We forced the Russians into the arms of the Chinese Communist Party. Now we're in it. Now we got a conflict building on the Eurasian landmass, and the CCP's run it through the mullahs in Persia and the KGB in Russia. And the reason we haven't forced it, as you and Captain Fennell point out in your great book, is that our business leaders and our government leaders have been in business with the Chinese Communist Party for at least 30 years. They're partners. And that's why, even at the end of the day, Taiwan got, I don't know, they gave them $10 billion to Taiwan, some tip money over what they've given the Ukraine. Your thoughts, sir?
Well, Steve, great to join you, of course. Once again, it's outrageous in terms of the trivial support for Taiwan that's coming out of this. But that's just a symptom, of course, as you said, of the larger problem that we have, where the engagement school dominates American foreign policy towards the People's Republic of China. And you're spot on that it's they've been in bed with them since Deng Xiaoping the communist leader in the 80s and in the 1990s, who was one of the greatest strategists of the 20th century, recognized he could make Wall Street his partner. He could get American elites to send their manufacturing to China and could invest in China for those high returns. And as a consequence, the CCP could govern their behavior once they've invested in their manufacturing in China, and they would be partners. So Deng Xiaoping established that partnership between Beijing and New York, between Beijing and Wall Street. And Deng also recognized he could use the influence, obviously, of Wall Street in Washington, D.C. And from that, if you will, initial element, it metastasized to include, of course, government officials, federal government, state, local government officials, media, journalism, of course, think tanks in D.C. and elsewhere. So they all bought into the engagement school, which said, what we're going to do is have a partnership with the Chinese Communist Party, and the elite are going to get rich from that, and American national security is going to suffer. And so what Jim Fennell and I argue is that what we need is victory, right? Not engagement with the Chinese Communist Party, but victory over the Chinese Communist Party. So there has to be a sea change in the American foreign policy establishment, abandoning engagement, right? We should do no trade. Ideally, the amount of trade we should have with the CCP is zero. And what we should do instead is formulate the strategy for victory over the Chinese Communist Party.